Let's go to Calabar. Maurice Enoch is the chairman of UNICEF Rovers. He understands league football in Nigeria and also believed in that team. Good morning, Maurice, and welcome to the show.
Austin, sorry about your prediction that didn't go the way you wanted it to go. I was actually enjoying you when you were saying that it was going to be 3-1 and everybody else was wondering what was going on.
It's all good. Good to have you around. Maurice, we're trying to wake up and understand what happened to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What do you think went wrong?
Okay, well, Austin, let me try and keep it as short and as direct as possible. The last time I spoke on the program, I told you that the problem with Nigerian football and Nigerian sports is that we don't have a unified system of play. And this is something that we need to go back to the very grassroots of our football to sort out. Like, for example, in Nigeria, you have so many football academies. Who is checking out what they're doing? How are they playing? What are they teaching the children? And at what age, what are the skills that they have? As a chairman of a football club coming in that was in the second tier of Nigerian football, I discovered that most of the players don't have the basic football skills even at that age. You need to get to teach them where they're playing, who is a sweeper, who is in the central defense, what role are you to play, and all that. As a defensive midfielder, what part of the pitch do you cover? As a winger, how do you run? Do you run towards the flag or do you run towards the penalty box? There's so many basic things in Nigerian football which we don't want to come to grips with because we don't want to fashion out a playing culture for Nigeria. Our football culture all the while has been along the wings and of course a good lot of play and the physical side of it. I didn't see a physical Nigerian team. I didn't see a team that was together, because if you're going to be playing in these kind of games, you're going to have a team that plays together. There's a uniform. No tie. If you watch the Bundesliga, you watch the Dutch league, you watch the British league, you watch. There is a style that they play with variation. So Nigeria, we have to come to this level where it's going to be easy for players to come in and blend. Let me take an example of Coach Sunday Olise. Coach Clemens Westerhoff was building a team and realized that he needed somebody in the midfield. When Olise came in, was discovered in Belgium, he fitted into the team perfectly like a glove because there was already a method, there was already a style, there was already a system that was in place. So what we see now is a very disjointed play, and unfortunately, there are basic things like ball control, shielding the ball. You've got to make sure that the player that is tackling you, you are in between the ball and the player, not the ball in the middle, so that you don't give the ball away. And then, I mean, you can see what's on the screen right now: a simple ball control, and he's giving it out, and that's how that's how the goal came. So it's very basic football skills and understanding of how we want to play as a country. And once we don't get into this, then we're going to be having big time problems every time. There are going to be great hopes. And again, to the coach, I wondered, you've got your top scorer. He scored 3 goals. He came in as a substitute, scored 3 goals, and then he scored another one in the next game. And then you left him on the bench again. So it's this, you know, we really need to sit down and appreciate and look at the league also. It's not just about winning, but it's also about how you play.
Okay, now the game against Niger Republic wasn't as bad as this one. That was really better because they actually played together like a team. I mean, what went wrong in this one?
Yeah, well, like I said, you don't change a winning team. From the first game of the tournament, you discovered that this is how the team could play. You're making, and then we heard that Austin was saying yesterday, some people came back who had been injured. Were they going to fit them in? There was a dilemma the coach had. Keep it simple, keep it basic. And I think that once the team begins to progress, when you get to a tournament, some players don't have the temperament for a tournament. They could be good in playing in
Yes.
the friendlies up to tournament, but when the tournament proper starts, there are some people who come into our own. I saw no reason why Chikatara should have been on the bench throughout that game, because that was a must-win game for us, and we saw exactly what Tunisia went to do. And another thing again, we've got to get our aggression back. When you catch a team, you punish a team, because you saw what Tunisia did with the goals difference. We must learn to kill off games. We were leading 1-0, and then we let Tunisia back in the game. So these are the things that I think with Nigerian football, we got to sit back. There is no method. They were sending high balls throughout yesterday, and you looked at the height of the defenders, same height. So the central defenders were not planning the game from the beginning, and they're just kicking the ball. So it's basic football that we need to just get back to the very basics. And then again, of course, we had the hula baloo about allowances and all that. Same old Nigeria. Why we must allow these things happen time and time again, I don't know.
Okay, Morris, what about the coach here now? How do you assess Coach Sunday Oliseh, after guiding the team so far since he became coach of the Super Eagles? From 2014, he was third, now out in the group stage. Is this still the right man to lead the Super Eagles, considering it's a crucial couple of months ahead of us?
Tayo, what we say is the coach is as good as his results.
That's right.
So look at the way the Super Eagles, the real Super Eagles are playing. Look at the way this team is playing, and your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. That's kind of invasive.
Okay, Morris
Thank you.
leaving us with
Yeah.
some deep lines there to ponder on. Thank you so much, Morris, for speaking to us on the program. We appreciate you anytime, any day. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin.
Okay, that's it.
Wow, what a way to answer that question.
Okay,
No.
can we see
I'm
the
left.
highlights of that game? Because I really want to see it. Austin here says it's going to end 3-1. It didn't end 3-1, ended 1-0 in favor of the Guineans. And of course, he wanted Adeniji to start, Bature to play, Alimi to play. They all played. And what happened? Nigeria lost. Let's enjoy the highlights.
The fireworks will be flying left, right, and centre, because you've got a much smaller but very skillful Guinea side up against. Well, you can see that they have some big blokes in that squad. Watch out for Sankon. You've got plenty of Kamaras in this Guinea side, as Nigeria playing in white from right to left, get the game going. Ball comes out wide to Akas. Got support play from Agre. This Guinea side. Also, if you actually look at the number of players from different teams, well, it's like a domestic football team, because you have 8 players from AS Kaloum, 3 from Horoya FC. Just scored after 5 minutes, and then 6 minutes before half-time. Here's a good chance for Guinea, pushing forward. There's an option here. If he can get his pass through, it's a good pass, it's a good chance for Guinea, yes it is, it's a goal! Guinea have gone ahead! Well, that was fantastic play. They beat the offside trap. I don't know how they did it, but my oh my, Sankod was in the right place at the right time. And Guinea find themselves sitting at the top of this table now, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria are back down in 3rd position. Look at that. Now that was their well, it could be Zambia, or it could be Uganda. Depending on what happens in the match is taking place tomorrow. And we'll be commentating Uganda against Zimbabwe. Well, they're using up plenty of time here. Guinea, high ball over the top, looking for another goal. Yeah, they're just not shy, are they? It's good attacking football, little chip over the top. That was a good idea, but not good enough. Didn't reach his teammate. Nigeria, probably the last chance that they get. Can they spoil the Guinean party? Can they find that equaliser, that goal that would send them through to the quarter-finals? Here is Ezenwa, high ball into the penalty area. There's the defensive header. There's a couple of players. Oh, it's just been given away. Is it? Will the final whistle be blown? The referee looks at his watch. Nigeria with a good chance, and there it is! Guinea are through. Nigeria are going out. The scenes here in Rubavu are quite extraordinary. They just can't believe it. They've knocked out the Super Eagles of Nigeria.